Shalom to elective Israel, to the hopeful elective Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Led me to this truth and been ordained by the Lord. Teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and so forth. The Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord, willing we part of that number. Lord, willing us be edified of those who fear in the name of the Lord and strive to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9 is not slacking unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 42. Also, Shabbat Shalom. All those out there, Yahawashi, Atham, the water for tuning in. We're going to deal with a couple of things. I might not be able to finish the whole lesson. This might just be a part one, but I'm going to get close to finishing it. But that's some business that I got to handle pretty soon. So I'm going to get as much as I can. Then I'm going to come back and do the rest before I got to go to the plantation. So we're going to be dealing with a couple charged with 5 counts of bestiality, some floods. We're going to talk about the Brics Summit coming up soon. And then, some pre-World War III topics. So Lord willing is edifying to the flock. And we'll go ahead and get into this. Shalom, shalom. So we're going to go ahead and get into this and get over here. All right. So it says, couple charged with 5 counts of bestiality over a 12-month period. See, and we know in the scriptures, as soon as you do something like this, you're supposed to get put to death, man. All right. So this is showing we're not in the new covenant. You got other people talking about we in the new covenant. We in the new covenant. That means that all the laws will be reestablished back in the earth. We'll also have those new bodies. So this is how we know we're not in the new covenant. There won't be no more war. And there's plenty of war going on. There's plenty of topics that are concerning war at this time. So that's how we know we're not in a new covenant. But you got these bug outs here out here saying whatever, you know. But it's the Lord got them bugging out like that. So we're just gonna get into this. Try to make this real quick. I playing music too. Basically, I want to read just a little bit of this video they had. It says an Australian couple has been charged. So like 30 seconds. Has been charged with allegedly engaging in a series of sex acts involving dogs. Man, these Edomites are disgusting, man. Crystal May Hare and J. Wade Benstra are charged with 5 counts of bestiality. And a lot of people don't understand that there's some states in the U.S. who have literally legalized bestiality. Okay? This is some wicked ass shit they're doing. Police allege that the incidents, which involved 2 dogs, were captured on video. In accordance with the legal statutes of Queensland, individuals found guilty of bestiality can face a potential prison sentence up to 7 years. But in the scriptures, it's way different. You get put to death. Okay? So they were arrested last month. So that's basically what's going on. So we're going to look at some precepts about this. We're going to deal with this. Wicked ass Edomites, man. They can't bring your damn dogs around them nasty ass motherfuckers. This is Leviticus. Chapter 18, verse 23. And it reads, neither thou shalt lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. See, these are things that people did in Sodom and Gomorrah, and that's the same thing they're doing here in America, Babylon the Great, and across the 4 corners of the earth. Okay? These Edomites. Okay, they're doing shit like this. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereunto. It is confusion. See? So these are things that we know the Heavenly Father does not mess with, man. We know this shit is off. And these scriptures were written a 4 time ago for our learning. Because why? Because there's going to be motherfuckers doing that shit right now. We're supposed to show this is what the word was saying. Not to do this kind of shit because there's going to be people doing it. So this is Leviticus chapter 20, verse 15. And if a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death. And ye shall slay the beast. So the beast can't live, or the person who slept with the damn beast. They both got to get put to death. Okay? These are the rules. Okay? Okay, this is why these rules are established, so these motherfuckers can't do shit like this. Verse 16, and if a woman approach unto any beast and lie down thereunto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast, and they shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. See, that's the way we got down in Israel. We wouldn't let no wickedness come around us. But now since we, are under grace, people are doing stuff like this because they know these laws are implemented. Wasn't nobody back then in Israel thinking of doing anything like this. Okay? Nobody was thinking anything like this, but the Lord was saying, don't do these things because these are other heathen. Okay? And they be really doing this shit, man. They really be like, these people are wicked, man. They're very, very wicked. Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 21. Okay, it even says in Ecclesiasticus, it says they don't even do good willingly. Okay? They don't even do good willingly. Okay, the Lord makes them do good. But at the end, they're going to declare their wickedness, man. They're going to show you they're a motherfucking devil. They're going to show you. Okay, they're going to betray you. So that's why we can't put our trust in them in any way. It says, trust not thine enemy. We're not to trust them, period. Let's go ahead and read this from a sincere brother. Job chapter 31, verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Okay, that's a good one. That goes in with what we're talking about. You know, the Lord's not going to allow, you know, any kind of mischievous acts, man, amongst Israel. Okay, He's going to get rid of whoever's doing stuff like that. But right now, like I said, since we in grace, you know what I mean? Like people be doing wickedness and not be getting judged expediently, especially ones of the other nations, because the laws and statutes aren't for them. They're meant to be wicked. You know, starting with Esau eating the so-called white man. So Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 21. Cursed be he that lieth with any manner of beast, and all the people shall say Amen. Right? And this is just to show, you know, I like to pull up at least one precept in the New Testament, because they, you know, you got them Yah Israelites, or you got the other Israelites that say the Old Testament is done away with. Well, this is Jude. This is in the New Testament, talking about the same thing. They talking about the same thing in Jude, which is in the New Testament. So even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, that's sleeping with other animals, man sleeping with man, women sleeping with women. You know, that's strange. That's confusion. Are set forth for an example. It's an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. And the ones doing that now, what? They're going to get hit with the intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. This stuff is not to be done, okay? Shit is not to be tampered with. It's not to be done, man. So we done dealing with that. Now we just gonna go in and talk about a couple floods, okay, that just recently happened. We're gonna look at a couple videos concerning a few floods, okay? This is one of them right here. It's a flood in India. That's one of their little statues. Lord got them out there, man, punishing them, man. Hold on. It's going all slow. It's gonna play. Yeah, that's one of their little statues they worship. Ooh wee. See all that destruction, man. Like what happened? You wake up and you go outside, you go, I want to go to the store. And everything look like that. Your car all the way underwater. Ain't going to the store no more. That's why we won't want to play with you. How about some Rawchaa, man? You can turn your whole reality into something like this. This is what they get, man, for worshiping these false ass gods, false ass, you know, religion, spiritual adultery. All this stuff is wicked, man. So, you know, that's what's going on there in India. One of the worst floods ever. Flooding the whole store, stuff like that. And we're gonna go over here. We watched that a little bit. This just happened about 12 hours ago. Okay, it was a massive mudslide about 12 hours ago over here. Okay, see all the people running and whatnot. Matter of fact, I want to make this a little closer so you can see it. Give me a second. It's taking a second. All right, but look what happened. Look at that. down the street, man. Destruction. Just straight off in the street, man. Dude trying to dump water out of his house, out of that business. Hey, man, wrath of Yahawashi Yahawashi ain't no game, man. Ain't no game. That's some wrath of Yahawashi Yahawashi right there. So I don't want to get too far into it. We're gonna put up some precepts about it. Keep it real simple. This is the second Esdras, chapter 16, verse 13. And it reads, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow," right? His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. That's talking about them intercontinental ballistic missiles, right? We know that's what that is. That's coming from the east, from the other nations, but it's going to be from Bahasham Yahawashi, okay? Because it's going to make Satan destroy himself, which is starting with Russia and other nations. We're going to get into that in a little bit more during talking about the Brics Summit. So verse 14, behold, the plagues have sent. So before verse 13 happens, it's to show you that you can't read the Bible like a novel. Before that happens, the plagues are sent. See, they're here already. And the missiles haven't been shot yet, but there's plagues already everywhere. All types of stuff. And shall not return again until they come upon the earth. See? They're going to come across the whole earth, different various plagues. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. And this is what's going on right now. You know, the Lord's wrath is that fire, you know, and it's also going to be, you know, in the end, it's going to be those missiles on America, Babylon the Great, and other various parts of the earth. But right now, he's sending other things like floods, tsunamis, tornadoes. This is how he's visiting the earth with wrath. Verse 16, like an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, right? We know those archers is the missiles. We'll get more into it in a minute. Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth and shall not return again. See, so that's how we know we're getting closer, because he's sending great wrath in many places. Okay, he's sending wrath in a lot of different places. Okay, in a very short time, and of course we don't know exactly what day it's going to be, but we know this: the Lord said he was going to shorten the time, and we've seen a lot of destruction this year. Okay, a lot of destruction. We might not have too much longer here. So Amos chapter 3, verse 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city? And who's the trumpet? It's the men of Yahawashi Yahawashi that's out here doing these videos, going and doing camp, warning the people of what's coming, showing things. That's the trumpet, the warning. And the people not be afraid, and 2/3 of our people ain't afraid. They just like, whatever, just not taking it too serious, taking it lightly. You know, right? There shall be evil in the city. I said, shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord, Yahawashi Yahawashi, have not done it? So we know that these things, Yahawashi Yahawashi sent these things to amend people's wicked deeds, and to avenge the elect. Okay? So this is Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1. And it reads, and you hath he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins. And how did he quicken this? With this truth that we got from the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Verse 2, wherein in time past you walked according to the course of this world. See, we're not supposed to be walking the course of everybody else, which is to the path of destruction. According to the prince of the power of the air, who's that? Satan, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. Who's the children of disobedience? Esau, Edom to start off, and then the other 16 nations, right? But really, it's really talking about them and the 2/3 of our people, because they're the ones really being disobedient, because the 2/3, they were given the law, statutes, and commandments to follow, and they're not listening. They don't want to deal with it. But then you got Esau, Edom, and the other 16 nations. They're supposed to be wicked. That's their job. That's what makes the balance. There has to be a balance. You can't just have, and my elder made this analogy yesterday. You know how as kids, you play cops and robbers. Well, you can't have a good robber or a bad cop. It has to be balanced. There has to be a good guy, bad guy. In this sense, it's the children of Israel, good guys. Bad guys is everybody else. Okay, everybody else is against Israel. Verse 3: among whom also we all had our conversation in times past, right? Because we fell away from the truth for a time being. We were in the world as the course of this world. So that's why I was saying that. Don't do it now, because we know in the lust of the flesh, of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh of the mind, which is what? Make it here, get a good picket fence house. It's all about me, I, right? And that's basically the structure of Satanism, worship of yourself. That's why people out here taking selfies every fucking day. I'm the shit, watch me. You got all the celebrities doing that. We're not supposed to be like these people, man. We're supposed to be selfless, okay? Servants. And we're by nature the children of wrath, even as others. See? But we got called out of that, man. We say the water Yahawashi that we got called out of that. Verse 4. But the Most High, who is rich in mercy, okay, for his great love, whereas he loved us. So that's the only reason why we're able to come back through that mercy. Even when we were dead in sins, have quickened us together with the Mashiach by grace. By grace ye are saved. Why? Because Yahawashi is literally the words, okay, that we're listening to. That's how we're able to dwell with him. It's through these scriptures. That's why it says to occupy yourselves every day in them, because it's you spending your time with Yahawashi ultimately, and also spending your time with the brotherhood. Even though we're not all together, it's like we're all sitting at a large table with Yahawashi going over the things that he wants us to go over for the day. Okay, and to feed the flock, it's a very important thing. I was listening to Basic Wisdom, and he was going over a video that Amwan Abad did, 144 GMS, and he had a real edifying video explaining these kind of things. So that's a good that was a good analogy, and things like, he's got stuff going on, but he still put the work first. He got stuff going on that other people don't. Shalom, love. Yeah, he got stuff that other people going on, and he's still doing that work. And that's right, brother. We do got a lot of Jake scattered across among Elam getting judged for adultery. Yeah, that's why it's getting bad out there, because across the world there's more Jakes sinning against the Lord, and they don't know they Jakes. Then you got over here in America, Babylon the Great, a lot more Jakes have came back to the truth here, because the majority of us are here. Okay, because that was part of prophecy for us to get bring over here and put into slavery. So that's right. So 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 23, and it reads, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and adultery. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, Yahawah, he had also rejected thee from being king. See? So, rebellion is the sin of witchcraft. So when you rebel against the Lord and you don't follow suit for what he's saying do, then you basically committing witchcraft. Okay, this is deeper than what people don't understand, how deep it is what they're doing to the Lord when they do things. Okay, you got to understand the seriousness of not obeying Yahawah when he tells you to do something, man. It's a very serious offense, and our people take that real lightly, man. And that's what we end up getting their ass judged severely, man. So God, Got to check ourselves every day and make sure that we're in the graces of Yahawah Shemawashah, because that could be that day where he said, look, man, I've been calling on him. I done gave him this wisdom. He just sitting around with it. All right, I'm finna take it from him. And then you back in the world, man, doing whatever the fuck you was doing before you came to the light, man. Lord's not going to just wait forever, you know. He's mad, man. He's pissed the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? He's not here to play around. It said he was an austere man. John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are the father of the devil, right? Deceivers, right? Devil means deceivers, or whoever joins with the deceivers, and it's cool being around them. And the lust of your father ye will do. What's that? Living in the world, man, living in the flesh. So you could be speaking with your mouth and saying that you love the Lord, but if you're not doing what he says do, then that's going to be the ultimate thing that shows who you're affiliated with. So we have to not let alone say that we love the Lord. We have to do the things that he told us to do. So to the best of our abilities. He was a murderer from the beginning, right? And who was that? Who's the murderer? Cain. See? But he's still around, murdering today. But now he's the spirit of Esau. Same person, just different name. Same spirit. And abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. There's not. That's why they can't stick with the laws, because it's not in them. When he speaketh the lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. He's the father of all lies. They're forgers of lies. They forge together lies. They build lies. America Babylon the Great is a big lie. Okay? They tell you you go to college and stuff or whatever. You're a citizen and you're a law-abiding citizen. But how you gonna be a law-abiding citizen of some people who literally raped and pillaged the land to make the laws? That don't make no damn sense. Them motherfuckers is liars. Psalm chapter 119, verse 136. Rivers of water run down mine eyes because they kept not thy law. Okay? That's what happened. You know, King David was sad about this stuff, man. It broke him down. You know, and some of us, we broke down too coming into the truth. You know, I was one of them. Shoot, I couldn't take it for itself. I was like, damn, man, my family ain't really listening to me, man. That shit hurt. Because, you know, I actually was close to my family and I had to break off in the spirit from them, man, because they didn't really want to change. That's how serious this shit is, man. We're not trying to get caught lacking with Yahawah Shemawashah. And it says that you're not supposed to be with unbelievers. If you don't believe, then you ain't gonna do nothing. It said faith without works is dead. So you're gonna have to eventually start doing something. Or the Lord's gonna be like, hey, you better move on. Okay? And that's how he is. And it varies with who it is. You know, the Lord has mercy on whom he gonna have mercy. Some people he gives a little bit more time, some he don't. But that's not something that we want to take. We don't want to we don't want to risk that. We don't want to risk being one of those people who took too long, man. Because we at the end, man. We're not in the time to be taking our time. It says, make no tarrying to come back to Yahawah Shemawashah. Don't take your time. It says, come hastily. Man, it is not a game, man. It's not a game, bro. And we keep warning our people, warning our people, warning our people. Eventually, Lord gonna be, nope, time to move forward. And that's what's gonna happen, man. That's why we out here doing this every day. So hold on. First Corinthians, I'm over here spelling it wrong. There you go. First Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit? And it says ghost, but it's spirit. Okay. When you look it up in the Strongs, the ghost is spirit. Okay, they going off putting ghost. Ain't no Holy Ghost. It's the Holy Spirit, the Qadash, which is in you, which ye have of the Most High. Are ye not your own? And ye are not your own, right? So if this saying that we have the Spirit of the Most High in us and we're not of our own, that means that we know that we're not doing this lessons without Yahawah Shemawashah. We're not having this understanding without having Yahawah Shemawashah. And it's more than just that. You can't just understand and not make no moves. It's just like if you go to the briefing, if you're in the military, they say you need to do this and this and this and this. This is the mission. You go, all right, I understand. And then you don't execute that, then it's almost just like you never shouldn't even need to know it. Most of our people actually end up worse off Okay? When they know the truth and don't get into it, you end up worse off in the world, man. Because then you really think you in the truth and you know some shit, and the Lord is really leading you down a path of even a worse judgment than the people that don't know. And that's what we're trying to explain to our people. Like, if you know the truth and you understand it and you don't do nothing about it, Lord's going to judge your ass more severely than other people who don't know. So this isn't a game, man. It is not nothing to play with. So James chapter 2, verse 17, it reads, even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. So what's that faith? How do we know people have faith? It's because we have faith by we're showing our works of it. We're showing that we're putting our time into this. We're not just sitting with the Lord's money. We're moving it around. We're moving that currency around and showing it to people freely. Okay. But we're only going to the lost sheep of Israel. Okay. And that's why we do these things on the internet, which is, when you look into Job chapter 3, it goes down and breaks down into what they call the unicorn in the scriptures. Okay. It's like basically a way to transfer everything. That's what this internet was made for. It was made for the word to be spread all across the four corners of the earth, because we were scattered. We had to do that to make sure we could get it across to each other, because we can't travel. We're in our captivity, So, that's how we know that in the end, this could be happen really quick. The end can happen really quick because the internet travels fast, man. As soon as everybody reaches this, and it's a witness to all the nations, and a lot of people know Great Millstone more than people know. They're in Germany, they're everywhere. There's people that do GMS and sign language. Okay, this is going to eventually get to the ends of the earth. Okay, and once that's done, and every person who believes in Yahawah has done their measure, hey, it's game over for this place. Ain't gonna be no more wait, I need more time. They're not gonna do. It's not gonna matter, man. The Lord's gonna take everything out, man. And so that's why we try to exhort another one daily to the best of our abilities. Some brothers got jobs where they doing stuff in administration and they don't do as many videos, but they still doing the work of the Lord. I'll tell you that. Not everything that you see is going to be, just because you don't see a brother doing something don't mean they ain't doing nothing for Yahawashi. So, just never. What I'm just trying to say is, don't ever judge nothing unless you consider the whole matter, and focus on yourself, Merc, first and foremost. And if you're going to focus on anybody else, put in that spirit of aiding them, showing them things that you do know, and say, hey, this is what I'm doing to focus on myself. If you didn't know, that's what I'm doing myself. Lord willing, everything works out for you, especially brothers. We're supposed to pray for our brothers, and also, anybody else who's part of the elect, the Aqua, the children, they're all part of the elect too. They're just a different ranking. They're lower than the men, but the men were designed to protect them so they can get out. So it's all a big system to honor Yahawah and Yahawashi. Okay, that's what he wants. So, it's a part one. I got to get over here. My elders about to show up, and we got some business to handle. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna get back and make a part two before I go to the plantation. So shalom to like the Israel, to the hope of like Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, West Indian, Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations. Scattered across the four corners of the earth. Want to give all praise to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone. Led me to this truth and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and so forth. The Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath. To all those who are part of the elect, to the hopeful elect, Lord willing to be part of that number. Lord willing to be edifying those who fear the name of the Lord and the striving and so forth. The Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. And it's not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. It's up to a ring. 2 Peter chapter 5, verse 42. If the water can tune in, Yahawah Shema Sharp up your thumb. Wall ball. Lord willing, we get out of here. And if not, we can serve another day. Yahawah Shema Sharp. Either way, gonna be here, Lord willing. So shalom.